Yeah. Testing. Oh, they can?
Testing. Oh, okay. I think that might be it. Testing. Oh, okay. Cool. Okay. You good to go live? Okay. I still don't know why I can't get game sounds. That's annoying. Okay, and they should be able to hear us.
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Hey, yeah.
Yeah.
What up?
Cool. And then I think I've got this cool new map selection thing that Firehorse set up. And welcome everybody. Here we have Supernova versus TBDi. And the three maps with this cool new thing that Firehorse set up is Canyon, Waterway, and Stadium. Spent like entirely too many hours working on this yesterday up till 2 a.m. So I'm super happy that I got that to work, even if we don't have game sounds. Don't know how to get that figured out at the moment. It sounds like a fishbowl again.
We can make the noises. Pew 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 pew.
Maybe try and spectator, hit the tab, and then see in the options, check to see if the master is up or completely off.
Wait a minute. Might have to do with this. No, both of them are up. I tried that earlier.
No.
In your OBS audio source,
Mhm.
is it showing activity?
Yes, but not from the game. I don't know. I swear, I had it all working yesterday. All of a sudden, today it doesn't want to work. I don't understand.
It's technology.
Right?
Kind of like the servers. Maybe we'll
Yeah.
just blame the server for the no audio. It's probably a no audio server.
I think
Dallas,
that's why.
right?
Yeah. It is Dallas.
All else fails, just blame the servers.
Damn it, that's so frustrating though. Okay. Anyway, while I continue working on that, you guys have any predictions?
Who's the lineup for each team? My screen's too blurry, so I can't see it.
Oh, sorry. It is Light Brights on Supernova. They've got Light Bright, Huayra, Michael Speen, and who is that? Let me pull up this other screen. And Tomato King? I don't even recognize that name.
Nope, never heard of Tomato King.
And they've got Bot Robin. Okay. TBDi, we've got Fagato, Monkey, Dubas, Highs, and Gold Memba. I'm really curious about Tomato King. I don't even remember seeing that on roster changes. Usually I try to keep up with that, but
I
missed him.
wonder if it's an alias they forgot. It's happened before.
True. Maybe. Could always go in and check rosters, but
I
sounds
can
like a lot of
take a
effort.
peek at the roster if you'd like.
Sure. Maybe we can catch it before they start, if it is that.
I'm thinking I'm probably gonna take TBDi on this one. They just have a little more experience, but I think it might be kind of close. But I don't know. Dubas has been around for a minute, has a lot of experience with different weapons. Has been around for a minute too, so I'm thinking that TBDi will probably take the Canyon. And
Yeah.
probably Waterway too. Be close.
No, TT
Waterway,
Tomato King is definitely on the roster, so.
TT Tomato King. There are two T's. I thought that might have been a typo. Okay. So it seems like Supernova is just waiting on one person at the moment. They've still got a bit of time. But I'd agree with that. Yeah, having died too many times at the hands of Dubos's shotguns yesterday. And Monkey's got great aim. They don't have Gambit in at the moment, but he's another one that they'll probably bring in for Waterway if he's available. His aim is just entirely too pinpoint accurate from across the map. Very frustrating. Highs will probably be in for Waterway with Shocks as well. He's great for Shocks on Canyon. I think it is. I'm hoping it's gonna be a good game and be close because I'd love to see a control point, but I would have to give it to TBDi at the moment. To be fair, I'm not as familiar with a lot of these Supernova players, so they might come out with something that I was not expecting.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Light Bright Sun might be their new captain. That might have been a changeover recently, and kind of the biggest thing that's always been Supernova's challenge is they kind of have high team turnover.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of teams do. They're not the only one out there, and TBDi for the most part has been pretty cohesive since season 0. So I think a lot of these players have been together for a few seasons now, which really benefits and like not having to second guess what's happening when you're on your heels.
Yeah, I
Hey,
think
Being
that's
able to
right.
a
pull X
heads up.
faster.
The sound's coming out really low on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Here, let me do this.
At least you have sound on YouTube. That's awesome.
Yeah, they're telling us they can't hear. I'm getting messages they can't hear us.
Yeah, but
Well, they can't hear
no,
us.
to your
Can you-
point, not only are you right, but I mean, look right now. I think Supernova's trying to find their fifth player, total max out, and he's kind of MIA right now.
Probably in a deathmatch lobby right now.
That sounds about right. Par for the course, right? Anyone who's ever played a total max out understands that this dude loves deathmatch and does not play anything else like at all.
Pretty much.
He's a fiend. Deathmatch fiend.
Definitely, and that can help. Some of the 1v1 skills, but you really want to work on some of the team skills. That is what the league is all about.
Totally, which is why I'm surprised that a lot of the deathmatch players that I see that really loved it didn't really gravitate towards elimination, which is great for teams needing to work on kind of one-on-one and close-up skills as a group.
I guess the thing is that elimination is such a different game in so many ways. That's why oftentimes you'll see a level 10 who's somehow destroying a pretty well league player. It's more about like who knows how understands how to use peekers and things like that, and a bit of luck as well. But
Yeah,
it's
it's very
totally different conceptually than most of the rest of the game modes. I personally love elimination. I think it's fun.
I do too. I love cheering for the one lone bot when it's one-on-one and it's only a bot on your team that's still alive.
I think the fun thing about elimination is the one game mode where I will actually see a bot going like 20-2, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
Elimination made it clear that red and blue bots are not made equal. Red, for some reason, is way better than blue bots.
It's amazing when you see one bot who's 0-10 and another bot who's like 20-4, and you're just like, okay, that makes sense.
So
Sorry
do they
guys,
have
I'm
their
still
fifth
trying to
now?
figure out this audio situation. I don't understand why I can't get game sounds.
Why is this screen so blurry though?
I think that's just on Discord. When I was looking on earlier on YouTube, it looked fine.
Yeah, Discord will downsample.
Yeah, it still looks great on YouTube, but they're still waiting for their fifth player, and honestly, they might end up having to do a 4v5 or requesting maybe a delay in the game. But with the new rules, they do have enough players, so TBDi has every right to issue a 1-minute warning at in another 2 minutes. And if Supernova doesn't find a fifth player, TBDi can go ahead and start the match.
So what exactly are the
Do we
new
know
rules?
which side has admin?
I believe it's Supernova. So if they do issue the 1-minute warning and don't start the match, it's an automatic forfeit. But TBDi does have to issue that 1-minute warning because they do technically have 4 players, which is enough to start the match. Let's take this opportunity to pull up those rules while we're waiting for people to jump in. If only I can find them. We have so many spots. We've got updates, we've got announcements, we've got pins in the captain's chat. Lots of fun places to find new changed rules at.
Oh, to anybody
SH
watching, make sure you guys follow Dash League on social media, Instagram, Twitter. I think it's link.tree/Dash League.
Don't forget to share and like the stream. We need those likes. Log into as many devices as you can.
And wait, what is it? There's a Quest 2 giveaway for following Dash League on different social media accounts.
Did they take down I think they took it down when they were updating the section on playing the matches. So I'm not gonna be able to see the specific rule if I can't find it in one of these updates.
I
here
could
we go.
swear it was in announcements. I just read it this morning.
It is. You're absolutely right. Okay, so buffer periods. You have 15 minutes before the first map, and then 10 minutes every map thereafter. The first buffer period would start exactly at the scheduled map time, which is 2:00. So right now we've reached the 15-minute buffer period that's over. In the case that a team's not ready after the buffer period is passed, a 1-minute warning must be issued by the team who can then compel them to start it. So right now, per the rules, TBDi has to issue a 1-minute warning. If the issues this warning and the server admin is on the team responsible for the delay, which would be the case in this scenario, the other team will need to record the refusal and submit it as evidence for a forfeit. If the server admin's not on the team responsible for the delay, which is not the case here, they may start the match and ignore the map restart signals. A team incorrectly issuing a 1-minute warning will then face some forfeiture if they force the map to start. And again, this rule doesn't apply here because they technically have 4, which is enough. A team without enough players at the end of a buffer period automatically forfeits the map that should have been played. and no 1 minute warning would be needed in this scenario. But the wording on the rules does say that TBDi must issue a 1 minute warning. So I'm curious if this is a double forfeit or if this is just allowable delay. I don't know.
It looks like they're chatting right now, so almost ready to play, working it out. I saw Light Bright Sun go up to Heist, so like I said, I believe Light
Cool.
Bright Sun is the new team captain for Supernova.
Yeah, he is. He's calling himself the temporary captain. I think Boy Doy is at summer camp and Yeet Kid's away on vacation, so they needed
Summer
someone to step
camp.
up to the plate.
My God. Don't these kids know that once you're in high school, you're supposed to have a job?
And
Don't they know they're
TBDi
supposed
is
to wait for
playing
the drone?
Gold Member. Gold Member being their newest member. I believe he was added more than
Oh, they
24
didn't take the
hours
bot out.
prior.
Wait. Oh, they lost somebody
No,
else.
the bot's gone. Oh, but they have Bot Robin. Bot Robin's really going to hold it down this game.
So
Going to see the
Yeah, no, the
maximum
bot's
effort.
still there. They do need to remove that bot. Okay, there we go. They heard you. So if it's there, it's still there. It's a glitch because I just saw him take it out. So good job. They got everything started. New rules are a bit confusing, but it seems like they kind of figured it out.
still 3v5 though,
Ra
right?
just got first kill.
Yeah, it's
Look at him
definitely
triple stacking cart
3v5.
right out of the gate.
Oh, you're absolutely right. A 3v5. Now the bot is here, but at the same time, I saw him move the slider to 1, so that's weird. There we go. Now we've got our 4th player back, so hopefully they can hold things off. 4v5 is incredibly tough. Water. I mean, a lot of times payload simply comes down to a head count of who's in the area when the fight's happening, and you'll see that a lot with good teams where you'll never fight a 1v1 almost. It's very rare because they stick together really well. Dubois getting a kill, and this payload is just gonna cruise. It's really tough to control a space like this when you have 4 players and you're right next to the enemy spawn. I mean, this is like the worst time to be down a player, just because not only does TBDi have 5 players pushing this cart, but they also have their spawn right behind them. So when they do die, they're right back right away. And now you've got 20% of your team missing. It just makes it incredibly difficult to get anything to happen here. This payload's just going to cruise. I mean, we're seeing near the record. I don't believe
Yeah,
they've stopped the
because
payload at all.
No.
Tiny
no, and
little
it's going to
hiccup
be.
there,
I
but
mean,
it's
one of
still
the big
moving
things
again.
is
Yeah,
you
their
say with
best
that
shot is
setup
to try and
time.
hold them here once they get to the bend, but it doesn't even look like they have
I
anything.
mean, they're on pace for what's a perfect push, with 0 stoppage.
See,
There
they're
we go.
kinda
Heist has
dribbling
got a
Yeah.
through
shock.
on defense.
And they're
Alright,
getting
so now,
distracted by somebody
Hey.
behind them.
I mean, this is tough because you do want to stop the payload, but they have a whole extra player. You know, I
Mhm.
mean, that's huge. So they're going to control this area. I mean, you have to kill every single person here and then set your defense up, and that's a tall order down a player.
Yeah. Especially if you're not able to get any heavy weapons on it and get a couple multiple clears at once.
I
You're
mean,
never
the
really going
issue,
to
right?
catch up.
The issue with getting heavy weapons is by the time you've got those rockets, there's 2 or 3 other players looking to kill you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to take people out before you can even consider getting these rockets up. And they're just dominating this whole entire area, but for some reason it looks like TBDi is not on the payload at the moment, even though they have full control.
Yeah, they really could just focus more on the payload since they're up a man and just really push
Is
it.
there still no one on it? I'm having trouble making out the symbols, but it looks like
It
the
looks like
payload.
there's a person on it. It's moving now.
So a bit of over disruption on TBDi's part. They're still gonna obviously dominate through this section of the map, but definitely focusing on cart more.
That's probably one of those things they got so.
Two basically was Supernova actually taking down the cart and then standing on it.
Yeah, I don't understand. I'm playing wire. Got my computer wired, and it's still just booted me. Okay.
Welcome to Hyperdash, where the networking is
Yeah.
beautiful and flawless.
You know,
It's
this
fine.
is
Everything is fine. Let's at least get POV back up. Okay.
It's
Cool.
gonna be.
All
This
right,
is
we're
the problem
rolling.
that plagues like all VR systems is the networking at the moment. So it's
Yeah,
not
it's
exclusive to Hyperdash.
quite a bit. Right, you're absolutely right. It's quite a bit of information to have to share in real time. So many data points having to be communicated.
And I'm sorry. I
Well,
think I just
a
showed
lot of
everybody in
the,
YouTube land the password.
know,
Please, nobody hop in.
currently one of the things is how they prioritize load balancing with ping is almost a necessity because you don't have enough local players to fill up a server of 10,000 people just in like the
Right.
Southwest United States.
Absolutely.
which a lot of our server issues would probably disappear if we had a little bit more of a local population. Just takes time to build that.
I believe we'll get there. This is a great game. It's
This is a great
reminiscent
push.
of all like the Halo type games in the back. Yeah, this is a fantastic push. Supernova is going to really struggle to get anything done. It's just so tough when you're 4v5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see them using like tactics that should be working, and it's just that extra player that they're down that causes that advantage. I mean, that's a 20% advantage right now for TBDi if they were even on par.
Right, and then you also have to keep in mind that when a TBDi player goes down, you've taken out 20% of their team. When a Supernova player goes down, you've taken out 25% of their team, and that 5% difference is pretty massive.
That's crazy.
What's
Yeah.
Spleen doing all the way back there? I saw
I
all the
just saw
TBDi
that.
up on
He's
cart.
just spawn killing, it looks like.
Yeah, so is Dubas just sitting there with his double shot. He's his favorite tool of the trade.
And that's a crazy push. 6 minutes, 17 seconds left on the clock. I mean, at this point, it's unreasonable to expect Supernova to even make checkpoint just because they're down a player. And if they do get a fifth player at this time, making a 6 minute 17-second is going to be super hard, super difficult.
They could stand a chance if TBDi just trickles in on defense and doesn't really set up a good perimeter. There's a chance if Supernova plays close to the cart that they could, push through. It's a small.
The problem is Supernova is a fairly new team, and most of the strats that they've absorbed and been taught and witnessed on stream are built around 5 players.
Right,
I don't know that they're seasoned enough to understand what they need to do to adapt to this scenario. You're absolutely right. I mean, playing close to card is probably their safest bet, and then hoping that TBDi doesn't know how to set up their defense to counter it. Michael's been using some bounce shots while riding this payload.
But everybody's pushing forward.
Hey, but this is great. This is good. So far, this is actually better than you'd possibly expect. I mean, getting payload movement here like this is fantastic.
Yeah, I haven't seen a single person approach cart till now.
And Dubas is going to take him out. Dubas is a fantastic player. Been around forever. Since one of the first players I ever saw playing around.
Yeah, he's one of the OG FR players from back in the day.
So when I was told that taught Toga how to pick up shotguns.
That bastard.
Yeah, right? Everybody hates him for that.
Look at Huara here, just going crazy.
And that cart is moving while he's disrupting. That's one of the things that a lot of
I mean,
times
but
can be uncoordinated.
that's kind of what's upsetting about this. It's you see how good of a job some of these individual Supernova players are doing, and it's just knowing that they're down a player that it's going to be so brutally hard for them to still win this. It's a shame because they really could have gotten this done.
Yeah, but they're moving card. I mean,
Yeah,
as of
they are.
now,
They might.
Oh no, this is great.
Yeah,
They very well might. It depends. I mean, we have to see what happens at the bend because we've seen teams like Onyx who will literally just let a team get the cart to this point unopposed. They will not even bother contesting it, and they wait until you get into this lobby to even try to stop the cart. Not the same for most teams, but it's kind of similar. And then once they get to this point, Onyx starts slowing you down. When you get to that bend, Onyx oftentimes shuts teams down altogether. So there's no guarantee here just because they're doing excessively well in the first part of the map. Every team's kind of got their strengths at where they're good and where they're weak. Wow, great kill by Light Bright Sun. Man, good job getting that headshot. I wouldn't recommend leaving cart at this point. You really need to keep it going, but they're down a player, and it's just so rough.
Yeah,
Getting a
especially
second
when
shot.
it goes back to chase behind. It's one of those situations where the cart rider can both look forward and back. And the nice thing about that is you have a shield, so people have to approach you from the sides or from behind. So if someone runs behind, just turn around and squat.
Yeah, so Supernova is definitely behind time at this point. TBDi was already through the checkpoint or like cruising through. So they're definitely behind, but they're still on track to make it.
Look, with 4 people, I would say if they can even make it through the first checkpoint, they would have to be extraordinarily proud of themselves.
Oh, for sure.
Being down to play.
Definitely. No, unquestionably. I mean, at that point, we'd have to say, like, if they can make checkpoint with 4 players, you'd have to imagine they would have won with 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
All right, but now we're going to see Rockets, and that's when things come to a grinding halt. Is when Rockets start showing up at this bend.
Especially since you don't have that 5th person to push up and disrupt to get those rockets down.
Yeah, I mean, you're literally losing your entire ability, like your player who normally would have been attacking this guy. And so you have 4 objective-based players. It's just tough. And even if you drop that to 3 and have a disruptor, it's still just really rough to adjust. Good kill. crazy where the headshot marker showed up.
Yeah. Splash damage headshots, you know. Sphere of influence.
They've got to
I mean,
focus on rockets. They really have to take
Yeah, they gotta
Dubois
take the
out.
Rockets, yeah.
Oh
If they can't,
no!
oh
They
man,
lost one.
oh man, this is just
Ooh.
bad. This is brutal. But I want to point something out here. Huara here is 36 and 27 on a team who's all going negative. He's just absolutely wrecking
He's
things, doing a
good, yeah.
fantastic job.
I
Mhm.
remember
37
seeing
and
him in
28 now.
pubs before he even got in the league, and yeah, I was kind of talking to him about different teams and different clans
He's
and
a
stuff
rec
like that.
roomer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he?
He probably has more VR hours than most of us.
Oh wow.
I've actually never seen him. This is my first time, so.
Crazy good player. They're definitely
Hoping
lucky to have him here.
Hoping to see Light Bright hop back in here in a
Oh
minute.
man, hopefully he's yelling at Total Max out to get the hell in the game.
Well, he should have been yelling at him to get the hell in the game before they started this map.
Oh, he did actually start. I mean, I was with him an hour before this game started, and he was trying to get a hold of him, and it's rough sometimes. Being a brand new captain of this team and not having complete say yet in how the rosters make it up, you know, it's tough because when you do have players who don't show up, you have to consider getting rid of them. It's like it's not something that's sustainable in a game like this.
Yeah.
If you sign up for a game and your team schedule is based around your availability and you don't make it and there's no one else to back it up, that just really kills everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Light Bright is
so many
back
teams.
Yeah,
I
thank
mean,
God.
like
Have a minute
from
That's good.
personal
left.
experience, we
Yeah,
have
it
half
seems
our
like we
team is
put
EU based, and that makes scheduling very difficult for like all US based teams and everywhere else
Yeah.
Right,
where
right.
everybody's kind of in sync.
Yeah, you got to do those weekend early games, right?
We kind of do it whenever we can, yeah. But typically,
I mean, I've
You-
noticed all the FR teams, they're scheduling everything at like 2 o'clock on a Tuesday, and it's
Yeah.
like always
Makes it difficult
all
for
they can
any
make.
teams with Pacific coasters.
Right.
like me, the furthest west.
Are you the furthest west?
Are you
That's
Hawaii
The
or
furthest
something?
west.
Cool.
Huh.
I'm the Californian, so
Gotcha.
you know they're trying to they tried for the shield play. That shield didn't seem to help at all there.
Yeah, I wonder if we have any Hawaiian players. Shout out in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Guam,
Mahalo.
come on. I know Guam's got fiber.
Oh, somebody asked in the chat if this is an Amsterdam server. It is, in fact, a Dallas server.
Oh, big mistake, huge.
Yeah.
Dallas is the worst server. Oh man, good job by TBDi. You know, it's not their fault the other team didn't show up with 4, but they sure as hell took advantage and won that by a large margin. So good on them. But
Yeah.
good on. I want Huara to get all the attention and praise he deserves. 46 kills. I mean, holy shit, man. You know, the cards stacked against you, but you showed up and you top killed from anyone in the entire game, and not just like top killed, but you did it by at least 10 kills. Yeah, 10 kills.
Yeah,
You had a
especially
10
when
kill
those
lead on
3v5
anyone else.
It's gonna be poaching soon.
especially when those 3v5 go by.
I would definitely be looking to poach Huara if we didn't have a full roster. That guy's crazy good.
Okay, looks like our next map is going to be Waterway. I'm wondering if Supernova is going to have 5 for that.
Waterway is one you can win with 4 people. I mean, I know it's hard, but compared to Payload, the discrepancy there isn't as bad.
I mean, looking at the kills though, I'm probably gonna say TBDi takes this. I'm gonna go with 3-0 in like 7 minutes.
Is Supernova a US based team mostly? I'm not sure
mostly.
where Huara and like Bright Sun
He's Irish, so he's EU.
Okay, I was just wondering because I mean in Amsterdam and Waterway, you know, the server does matter a little bit for in terms of the KD, but not so much in the button pushing.
Yeah, Michael Speen is EU too. I think he's Czech Republic.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Nastravi. No, that's Russian. Probably. I don't think the Czechs use Nostra, do they? Yes, they
Oh, so they are switching. I'm gonna throw this other.
Are they switching servers?
Maybe Total Max Out's been waiting in the wrong one this whole time, and he's magically going to be there. There's been a lot of talk because everybody's. I think everybody's rightfully sad about New York being gone. I mean, for
Rip New
it
York.
was probably the most stable. But like Washington, for me, I know that people complain about Dallas, but I feel like Dallas is 50-50. 50, right about somewhere in the game, it's going to flip and give me the server advantage versus the other team. But Washington is pretty much guaranteed to not let me kill certain people. They are invincible. Oh yeah, Washington is by far the worst server for me to play on. And I don't know what happened with the last update, if y'all have noticed, but San Jose has now gotten weird.
Yeah,
Really?
Super
San
weird.
Jose is now worse than Amsterdam. I'd rather play on Amsterdam than San Jose.
So we lost the best server, which was New York, and I don't think anyone. I don't think I've ever heard of anyone saying otherwise. And Dallas has just never been playable. Now
No.
San Jose, which was okay, is now dead. Y'all are saying DC is weird. I don't love it. It's just like what do we even choose? It's hard to negotiate servers in the right
is,
now.
yeah.
The
My only request is not Dallas, which is ironic because like it's my closest and lowest ping by far, but
It's
it's just
also
the
very
worst performing.
central for teams that have
Mhm.
East Coast and West Coast. You would think Dallas is
Yeah, no,
logically the best,
you'd
but
think
no.
so, right? But no, the server itself just performs like junk. Like
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's so bad. I mean, every time I play in it, I hear the other people complaining. I myself sometimes complain. It's a bad server. I will fight to the death to not have to play a serious game, like a big competitive game on Dallas. I don't care if your team's all West Coast and mine's all East Coast. Like we'll just have to play one map in the East Coast and one map in the West
Yeah.
Coast.
Yeah.
See where the chips are. I think we should democratize it. If everybody plays in Singapore, I'm pretty sure we're
Oh
all
my
equal
gosh.
there.
That would be
Yeah,
brutal.
forget lag compensation. We're just gonna play like y'all
All
said yesterday,
casting.
battleship,
It's
right?
gonna be Battleship.
Just start throwing rockets around and hopefully they kill someone.
Yeah, everything's got to be splash damage because you have no clue where they are. Shocks would be
And
big in that.
so we're a full map in. Oh, I'm curious why the counter already says 19 minutes. Definitely hasn't been 19 minutes since they left this lobby, right?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I don't know.
Did they switch to a different lobby and maybe someone else had already had it opened?
I don't think so because this is Light Bright who made this one as well.
I mean, that's curious, right? Like normally, yeah, the timer. I mean, I just took a phone call, which is why I had to step out, and there was definitely no way I was there for 19 minutes and 48 seconds. So,
No.
weird,
Well, do they
weird.
have
That's
bot
not
out?
normal.
No. Okay, they did take bot out.
Here
All right,
we
here we
go.
go.
Well, as a start, I just want to plug Sunday Dash League TV prime time starting at 2:30 p.m. Eastern up until I think 8 p.m. Eastern. Check out some of the best games. We got The playing Fake at 3:30. Is Team Name playing on a Sunday? Present?
No, we've finished our games for the cycle.
There are a few good games on Sunday on Dash League TV, so make sure to check those out prime time.
Dash League.
Also, the bot is still
Um,
No, he
but
was
we saw
gone. I don't.
we
Yeah,
He
they have.
saw him
disappeared.
we saw him remove the bots though, so no fault
do you
fault
want
to
to tell
him, right?
bot Ewat that? No, you've got to put it on hard and then remove them. If you leave it where it is
Okay,
on like normal or easy, I don't know.
okay. I don't blame Lightbright for that. That's absurd, and that's the game's fault.
Yeah, I'm not sure why, but I figured that out the other day.
Interesting. I
No,
never
no.
knew that.
We
I just put
we
it to
have to
one.
watch. If Ewok kills anybody, then on TBDi, then that person owes all of TBDi a round of beers.
So there's a countdown.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's a point.
Oh
Once
no,
again,
Tomato
I
King's gonna miss
apologize
there,
for
and that is gonna cost them a point. Brutal,
Yeah.
brutal.
I apologize for no game sounds. I can't even hear the countdowns. It's just brutal.
Can we look at Hawaii's POV?
Yes.
So this is one of those things, especially with 4 down, Lightbright Sun immediately kind of went up into base to tag their button, which puts them on a disadvantage just because they really need to be aggressive, and it's really difficult
Ouch.
for you to be back in your spawn and help your team really maintain and hold B. That's the only way to keep pressure off of your home base.
But maybe they heard all of the casters in all of the other matches calling out people for not getting their own button, and they said they didn't want to be those people.
Yeah, I mean, when you're playing 4v5, I don't think that's going to be the entire difference maker there. You still want to get your own button just on the off chance that Huara gets out there and gets a team wipe and you can get a magical point like that. I mean, essentially, when you're playing 4v5, it's almost like they have a free sniper and you have just 4v4, but with a free sniper who's taking your guys out. And that's really
Here's the
rough.
third countdown, guys. That's
Yeah,
it.
gold member's over
Yep.
here holding it, and there it
TBDi,
goes.
there you go. That's one of the
22:30.
fastest.
2.5 minutes.
Rough. Very rough.
But
Buddy
Ewat
Watt?
did not carry his weight.
Nope.
He was
So
0 for 4.
that bot Ewat is going to mess up MMR because they were able to farm 4 kills off of him. That's one reason. That's the main reason that they require you to take the bot out, just because of the MMR. I mean, MMR dictates everything this season. It dictates who you play. It dictates your standings in the league. So it is critical to try to get these things hashed out.
Wow, that was
So,
quick.
how does MMR affect a team that only has 4 players like Supernova? Do you know, like, is the MMR total only based on those 4 players that were in the game?
Yeah, I mean, as well, there's an MMR gain, and it calculates like the expectation essentially between your team and the other team based on the 5 players in. And so, like, if they outperform what they expected or they underperform what they expected, it's going to make a big difference. In this scenario, I would imagine playing a 4v5 and getting lower scores than you anticipate would probably hurt your team more and help the other team more. But it's hard to say. I mean, the MMR formula is a complex thing that's really, really difficult to crack. I would say, by all means, you want to have 5 players in there no matter what, even if you think you can win with 4. Which technically, per the rules, you cannot purposefully play 4 if you have 5 available.
Okay.
Interesting.
Well,
Okay.
thanks for hopping in, guys. Once again, I apologize to everybody for my casting. I'm still learning, still working it out.
Yeah, we appreciate you casting, Kelly.
Thanks for hopping in to talk, especially since it would have been extra quiet with no game sounds. Congrats to TBDi, and good on you, Supernova. You did not give up, and it's just unfortunate, especially with Light Bright dropping out for a little bit there on Canyon. But, plenty of season to go. Hopefully things get figured out.
Yeah, remember to follow Dash League on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. And also check out Dash League TV on Sunday, primetime, 2:30 p.m. Eastern to about 8 p.m. Eastern.
Awesome. Okay. See you around, guys.